fight for freedom wherever there's trouble. G.I. Joe is there. G.I. Joe! International heroes. G.I. Joe is there. G.I. Joe against the ruthless enemy, fighting to save the day. They never give up.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm the Gooch. Today we're going to be doing my wish list for G.I. Joe Classified figures, the pilots and drivers. Just a reminder to like and subscribe to my page for more G.I. Joe Classified content. G.I. Joe is approaching 200 classified figures. 200, that's pretty impressive. The sad thing is, most of the main line have already been released, so we were only really waiting on just a handful of figures that everybody wants. Which means this will probably be the final year for G.I. Joe Classified. By this, I mean 2026. What they have not released, however, are any of the pilots. Yes, we have Copperhead, yes, we have CoverGirl, but there are a lot of really cool classified figures that came exclusively with vehicles. And since I don't expect Hasbro to do a HasLab for every single Joe vehicle, I think that would be unrealistic and quite pricey for all of us. It only makes sense for them to release some of these figures as individual figures. I think perhaps maybe 2-packs would make sense. Either way, here's my pick for the classified figures that I think should come into the series. Okay, first up, we have the legendary Ace. He is Top Gun before Top Gun, the original Maverick before Tom Cruise. He was just legendary for pushing his jet past the limits. The classified version of him with the removable helmet, the spacesuit to push past multiple Gs, that would be awesome. I can't wait. All right. Every pilot needs a rival, and for Ace, that is the Gyro-Viper. These guys were genetically engineered to be able to handle higher altitudes and stronger G-forces, making them the ultimate opponent to Ace. That sleek black and red outfit, that menacing visor, this would make an amazing classified figure. Now we have Deep Six, the silent depth dweller. Deep Six was more comfortable by himself, deep underwater, away from people. This would be a really cool figure, that giant diving suit, maybe have some type of like fake bubble effect coming from it. That would be really cool. Now we have the Ice Viper, the Cobra Wolf driver. With the news now that we're gonna have an Arctic Hiss tank, it would be really cool to pair up the Hiss tank with an Ice Viper. This guy with the red baklava and the, Arctic camouflage would just look amazing standing next to a Hiss tank or coming out of the back of a Hiss tank. Next up, we have Lift Ticket, the Tomahawk pilot. Lift Ticket was legendary for going into combat zones under heavy fire and getting his guys out of there. This would be amazing. We know we're not going to get a Tomahawk. It's just, I think, way too big for a classified, even for a HasLab. But this is an amazing figure. He would look great on our shelves. The color scheme is amazing. I would love to see him as a classified figure. Next up, we have Heavy Metal. This guy thrived in the chaos of tank warfare, so he would make a great addition to the classified line. With his 5 o'clock shadow, he has a very almost World War II looking vibe to the figure, and I think it would just make a great addition. Next up, we have Cutter, the pilot of the Killer Whale, former Coast Guard rescue officer, then turned, combatant. He pilots the Killer Whale, one of everybody's favorite vehicles. It would be amazing if they were to do a HasLab on a Killer Whale. I think that would just sell out within seconds, but that thing would have to be massive, and I don't think that they would have it in there. But hey, Hasbro, maybe make another 3 3/4 one of the Killer Whale, and I bet you would sell out of that one really fast. So Cutter looks amazing. He's got the bright orange vest / life preserver. He's wearing his Boston Red Sox hat. I'm a Cub fan, but hey, what are you gonna do? Next up, we have the Gyro-Viper, the pilot of the Cobra Mamba, the crazy looking helicopter that they had. These guys were known for being reckless and doing crazy maneuvers, which if you've seen the Mamba, that makes a lot of sense. This dude is just a really neat design. It's very unique and it would just really fit in well with the classified. Now we have the Lamprey, the pilot of the Cobra Hydrofoil. This is another one that would make an amazing HasLab. Again, probably too big, but the Lamprey was really cool color. He had the silver and the light blue. Very similar to Cobra Commander. He'd be a great troop builder. Next, we have the AVAC, the Cobra Firebat pilot. The Firebat came out of the Terrordrome. It came out of the center. It would open up and the Firebat would just come flying out of it. These pilots were known for being extreme, handling extreme G-forces and flying into all sorts of combat scenarios. The full body red flight suit with the silver would look really cool. Similar a little bit to Wild Weasel, but I think I actually prefer this design for the AVAC a little bit better than Wild Weasel. Next up we have Slipstream, the Conquest X30 pilot. He was known for his humor and his piloting skills. This is another one that I think has a great, almost World War II looking vibe to his design, which is ironic because he's flying what is essentially the G.I. Joe stealth jet, which is more modern. But just a great retro kind of style to him, will make an awesome addition to the collection. Next up we have Hardtop. Not a lot of us were able to get Hardtop because he came with the Defiant, which was just a massive playset. That thing cost a ton of money. A lot of us wished for it, but didn't get it. So, hey, the next best thing, maybe just getting the pilot for him. So we get Hardtop. He's got the nice light blue and the white, which is kind of a unique style for the Joes, which are more, darker green and olive drab. So it'd be a nice, brighter color set for the Joes, which I think would complement really nicely. Next up, we have Steamroller. This guy could easily be Gung Ho's cousin. I mean, he's got the same thing. He's just got the vest on, no shirt under it. He's a redhead. You ever notice Joes have a lot of redheads? I don't know why. I mean, naturally in public, you might have come across one redhead in a couple weeks, but there's like 5 or 6 different Joes with red hair. Maybe they're all related. I don't know. Either way, this dude is jacked. He looks awesome, and I would love to see him as a classified character. All right, and finally we have Windchill. I didn't actually know this figure existed until I went to do this. My friend Al pointed him out to me. This was after I had stopped collecting. I looked him up, and he's a really cool figure, so I'm glad that he told me about him. This would make a great addition. The Arctic camouflage is a really nice touch. I think he would fit in great. Hey, we've got a HasLab Snowcat coming up. We got to have some Arctic figures for him, so why not Windchill? So there you have it, my pick for the pilots for them to release to join the Classified series. We've got air, we've got land, we've got sea, hell, we've got space. So it gets all the bases covered. I think they could maybe pair them as 2-packs, since none of these figures really come with a lot of accessories because the vehicle they came with was their accessory. I think it would be neat to just package 2 of them together. That way you can keep costs a little bit lower. You don't have to add a whole bunch of unnecessary stuff. A little bit like Skeeler and Short Fuse, but again, minus all the gear because their gear was their vehicle. Anyway, if you liked what you see here today, please like and subscribe. Drop me a comment if you figure that there were any that I skipped that you would really like. I know there are a lot more pilots. These are just my personal favorites. I did have one more honorable mention, which I guess would be Iron Grenadier Destro, who came with the despoiler. But I think we all know we're getting an Iron Grenadier Destro next year. He has to. They've got the Iron Grenadier, they've got the Iron Grenadier back. So it's really just a matter of time before we get Destro. I think releasing him by himself would make a lot more sense than releasing him with the despoiler. But who knows? Maybe it'll be another one kind of like the Vamp, where it'll be $100 for us. We get Destro, we get the despoiler. But I personally would like to see him just released by himself. I think that makes the most sense to go with it all. So let me know what you guys think. Leave me some comments. Who would I miss? Who would you love to see? Who are you most excited about? And we'll see you next time.